Welcome listeners and welcome to episode 2 of Millionaire Health Habits. Today we're going to be talking about how our past habits, our current habits have changed and what they look like and how we're going to implement them through the program. Do you want to start, Dr. Prabath, by talking about some of your past habits and how they weren't beneficial to your health?
Oh my gosh, that's a very hard question to answer, I suppose. I sent you a list of my past habits today morning, You must have gone through it, and then realize how the hell is he going to talk about anything when he had so many bad habits,
But we all have bad habits. So,
I know, but I'm very critical about myself, but going through the past, I would have had habits like in the morning, wake up, whenever, whatever time, no routines there, I would mostly eat some junk in the morning, some cereal, and then I would just go to work. Throughout the working day, I'd be having my chocolates in my room, munching away chocolates, I would finish a whole bar within one day, and then I suppose I would come home late, and then again, the same scenario, binge eat my big dinner late at night time, followed by a couple of glasses of wine, and then some ice cream, binge watching Netflix, till about 12 midnight.
Yeah.
And then you go to bed late, and then repeat the same again. So during that time, no exercise. So it was a life driven by just consumerism, eating more, drinking more, watching more. Everything was about more and more, even buying things more, never being happy with what I had,
Yeah.
Despite coming here as a migrant and having nothing, I should have been happy with what I had, but it was all about getting more. But when you go for more, what happens is, the problem is that you have to spend time to accumulate that, so thereby you become very time poor, and when you become time poor, the other things in life, like your relationships, how you talk to your friends, that also start to drop,
Yeah.
So that was me. In terms of physical wealth, I had nothing, because I couldn't even run 10 meters. I was with a big belly, and then I looked like a 50-year-old at about 30, In terms of my mental health, I was a wreck. I always was anxious, unhappy, and eating something would make me happy, but then that's very temporary. If you're unhappy, you grab a bar of chocolate and that makes you happy, but a couple of minutes later, you are guilty. You've done
it's
it.
like temporary fulfillment, kind of. You're trying to always search for those things that will fulfill you, but only for short periods of time. And then in the long run will affect your health and your mental health in a lot of different ways.
And then that's coming on to my time wealth, because I was going after things. I had to make more money to pay for the big homes, big cars. So thereby, I was extreme time poor. I had to work weekends also, And then due to all of that, my social wealth, friendships were suffering, because when there's no time, you can't really spend time with your friends and family, because you're always working.
And do you find that you would see similar lifestyles within your friends as well? Would they pull you up on certain things, or was it pretty similar? What sort of lifestyles were they having as well?
Mixed bag, I suppose. There were a couple of friends who were always much more better than me in terms of their life balance, But there were other friends who were much more worse than me, And so I think as you get mature, you will learn, or some people never learn. And so those are my bad habits, And then now.
And how do you think that was affecting your family?
Family-wise, I think I had kids at that point, and I was a good father. But obviously, I would have been a better person if I had spent more time with the family, But I did try my best, to spend whatever time I could, But if I knew what I knew now, I would have spent more time with my family back then, because as you know, your kids grow up.
Yeah, and you don't want to miss any of that as well.
Now that's why I'm staying here today on a Thursday, because I can afford to. Obviously I could still make some money today and spend that money on something, but then that's
but you know it's something you don't need anymore.
Don't need
because
anymore,
you're
yeah.
happy with what you have.
yeah, exactly. You know, so the habits, those are the habits that I was talking about. Now we can talk about my good habits now.
Yeah, and where do you think that switch came from? Was it just like a point where, because you mentioned before in the past episode that you got severe headaches and you couldn't get out of bed. Was that pretty much the turning point, you think?
That was the turning point for me to develop gratitude and being grateful, you know, and being more mindful. But the turning point for my health journey was few more years before that.
Okay.
It just suddenly came in. I think I was just one day, because of these habits, I couldn't even bend down to tie my shoelaces, you know, because I was very unhealthy and unfit, you know. And then my wife made a comment, you know, and that really triggered
when
me.
the wife says something, you know.
It's something, I suppose, very, that's what I'm saying. I can tell my patient to change all I want, but till they really have that sudden inspiration to change, nobody's going to change that.
Yeah, and it's going to be different for everyone because everyone has different ways of setting in patterns and habits.
There.
And that's kind of what we're trying to do today, is put habits forward and see how different people can put patterns and habits in place in order to have a healthier look on themselves and their life and everything like that.
And now, I mean, that's the past, you know. That past person, if that trajectory, I mean, it's a very simple thing. I mean, in the book Atomic Habits, James Clear talk about a plane taking off in one city to go to another city, and then the pilot changing course by about 2 degrees, you know, very small in the context, but then over a long period of time, the 2-degree change would take the plane from, let's say, New York to a totally different city, you know.
Yeah, right. Just because that's small
change, you know. So that's the thing with the habits also. If I eat one day bad food, you know, if I have a huge meal one night, it won't change me. If I do it 2 nights, it won't change me. If I do it 7 nights, it won't change me, but after about 1 month, it will start to change you, you know. And if you do it for about whole 1 year, you will be definitely changed. Right?
Yeah. And do you think that ideology is kind of with anything? Like if you're putting something small every single day, the 1 month is pretty much around where you'd see a change?
Depends on.
Depends on who,
depends on,
what,
you know. It could be different to other things, I know. The problem with the good habits was the same thing. Let's say I'm unfit. If I run one day 100 meters, next day 100 meters, I'll be still unfit. You will only notice a change after a couple of months only. It's like you go on a journey. I mean, let's say you're going from Melbourne to Sydney. Let's say you're on a bicycle ride. You can't see Sydney here. You're just on a road, you know. But just because you can't see it, it doesn't mean you're not on the right track. You are on the right track. With habits also the same thing. You are doing small things and you can't see your future self, but it's there. But people are so focused on the right moment now.
And what they can see in front
what they can see, what they can feel, you know. So that's why I'm trying to break here. So
because I feel like you can definitely see it with negative and positive habits, and I feel like a lot of people give up before they even get to that point. Because it's around that, because people don't like doing things if they don't see results.
Results there.